Hi, my name is Dark Matter Wolf and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Wolf's Den of Champions. Today we got an awesome video. We are going to be going over Venom's Hero Kit cards. Welcome back to the Rate and Review series. Here what we do on Rate and Review is we will go ahead and review all of the Hero Kit cards in Venom or the specified hero. We'll read all of their hero cards and review all of them, and once we're done reviewing them, we're going to go ahead and rate them on a category, 5 categories: alter ego, survivability, ease to setup, versatility, and their board control. Disclaimer, these are just my ratings and stuff, and welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and if you're a brand new viewer, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. We do everything Marvel Champions: unboxings, deck lists, reviews, ratings, gameplays, you name it. If it's Marvel Champions, you're gonna find it here at the Wolf's Den of Champions. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the video now. Here we have, ladies and gentlemen, boom, Marvel Champions all over the world. An exciting hero. I think this is one of the popular heroes that we're gonna be rating and reviewing. So we're gonna go over Venom's hero specific cards here, and we're gonna rate them, and we're just gonna read them all and get familiar with them. This is pretty much like my first actually no, this is like my third time reviewing and rating these cards here. Not really, excuse me, reviewing and rating, but just reviewing them. I did make an aggression deck with him. Really fun. Godslayer, he does cool stuff there, and I played him a couple times. So let's go ahead and review him. Here is Venom. He's got a 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, and hero, Guardian, Space Knight. So I like that he's a Guardian. This also is not the Eddie Brock Venom. This is Flash Thompson. And we are got the you can control 1 additional upgrade that has the restricted keyword. I really like him because he's pretty much all about weapons. Kind of similar to Deadpool, but Deadpool does weapon-y stuff, but he's weapons, his multi-gun, his pistol, which we'll go over in this video here. But he's got a resource here. It's a symbiotic bond resource, take 1 damage, generate a wild resource, limit once per phase. So that's really good that he can generate that. I don't necessarily know if he can generate that during the villain's phase. I want to say you can, like if you're using a protection card that's like a defense card, can you use that? Let me know in the comments. I'm still learning all the interactions and still learning all the rulings, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can use that in that situation. But let me know in the comments down below. This is going to be his alter ego. He's a recovery of 4, Flash Thompson, same situation. You can control 1 additional upgrade that has the restricted keyword. Armed and ready, set up, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a weapon upgrade. Then add that card to your hand. This is not my favorite setup because you, like, say you only have 3 weapons in your deck, right? Which are the hero specific weapons. So if you only have your hero specific weapons and say they're at the bottom of your deck, you're gonna deck out your whole deck a lot faster and a lot quicker. And that's just gonna hurt. But say it's like the card is like more up top, then you get your multi-gun or like one of Venom's pistols, which would be really super cool to get. But then again, it's like I mentioned, if you don't get that like on the first couple cards, it could kind of be punishing and hurting, right? So this is gonna be Venom. We're gonna be rating and reviewing Venom here. I'm gonna put him right here, somewhere new today. I feel like I don't use all of this part of the, because my camera and face cam goes here and then like here, and then I can put everything else here. So I'm just gonna put Venom here so we all can see him. All right, and then we're gonna go over the cards now. So it comes with 2 copies of Behind Enemy Lines. This is going to be a 2-cost event. Thwart, hero action, remove 3 threat from a scheme if you paid this card using energy resource. Sorry, not energy, genius resource, confuse an enemy. So I really like this because there is a couple, like, good amount of, just kidding, I lied. There's only 2 other cards that are the mental genius resource there, mind resource, to activate that secondary effect, but there are a lot of there's a lot of cards in Justice that you could do with this and confuse and do a whole confuse thing. I know his precon came with sonic rifles and scare tactic, I think, which is like all around confusing stuff. So if you want to confuse and do confusion stuff with Venom, you can. That's an option. I like when they have those things here. So this is going to be the 2 cards of Venom, enemy behind lines. It's a thwart. Here is 2 copies of Grasping Tendrils. I hope I read that right. This is a defense card. 2-cost event, defense, hero interrupt. When the villain initiates an attack against you, cancel that attack. If you paid for this card using fighting energy, stun that enemy. So, or stun that villain. So you can go ahead and stun. That's another way of stunning there, which is pretty cool. Here in Venom's build, he's already got a lot of good cards, as you can see. We got this really awesome card here, which is Locked and Loaded. It's a 0-cost event. Search your deck for a weapon upgrade and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. I've been looking forward to this. And I love this card here because it basically thins out your deck. So it costs 0, so you just play it, and it's like an extra copy of your multi-gun or an extra copy of your Venom's pistols. And I just like that because it just takes up it takes up space as that card. You know what I'm saying? It's like a search card. And in my opinion, from the recent packs and everything that all the heroes that I've been playing, there's not many very search cards. Like, you can't just add a generic search card into your deck and be like, all right, I'm going to use this to search for this. Like, it's very either hero specific or I think a side scheme, and you have to defeat it. So it's not very like, oh, I'm just going to activate all these cards to just go ahead and search for everything. Like, no. And I really like that about Marvel Champions. It doesn't break the game. Here is 3 copies of Run and Gun. This card here is pretty insane. I like using it. It's a 3-cost event, hero action, ready Venom in each weapon upgrade you control. So if you have the resources and if you have the cards, what you can do here is you load up your board, right? You have all your weapons, you have your Venom, you exhausted your basic attack or basic thwart, you exhausted all your weapons. You play this card here. You can unexhaust all your weapons and unexhaust Venom and have a big turn. And if you have multiple copies in your hand, then you can either, if you have the resources, then play 2 or 3 if you can pull that off. And if not, then play 1, next turn, play it again, next turn, play it again. So really big turns you can have with Venom, especially with his weapons and all those interactions and just readying him. It's always good to have readies in your deck, especially hero-specific ones that do other things with your character. It comes with 2 Savage attacks. This is going to be the attack card here. It's a 2-cost event. Attack, hero action, attack, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using a energy resource, this card gains overkill. So really good for minions. We have Venom's support card here. It's going to be Project Rebirth 2.0. Alter Ego action, exhaust Project Rebirth 2.0, choose to either draw 1 card or heal 3 damage from Flash Thompson, the US government's 2nd super soldier project, binding symbiotes to talented veterans. So I do like this here because this reminds me of Aunt May. Aunt May heals you, but this gives you the option, okay, I'm going to exhaust, I'm going to draw a card, recover for 4 on my recovery. Or I could recover for my recovery and then recover for 3 more to get more HP hit points if I need it or not. There is no backside to that card. I don't know why I did that, but we have one of Venom's best card here. You want to get this card out as fast as possible and utilize this card here because it's just pretty much broken. It's a 3-cost upgrade multi-gun tech weapon, restricted, hero action, exhaust multi-gun, choose one of the following: deal 2 damage to an enemy, or choose a player, deal 1 damage to each minion engaged with that player, or remove 2 threat from a scheme. So whatever situation you're in, you can do this. It's really nice to have all those options. once per turn to be able to do either 2 damage. It's nice to have that consecutive 2 damage, 2 thwart, or even just deal 1 damage to every minion. Like if there's a splash, a bunch of minions, go ahead and do that. This also is really good with the his nemesis, because there's a bunch of like symbiotes that come out when you have him. Here is 2 cost upgrade Spider Sense. This card's really awesome. Hero Interrupt. When the villain initiates an attack against you, you draw a card. I feel tingly. I like this. This is like Spider-Man's Hero Response or Hero Interrupt, but it's an upgrade, so nice there. Then we get 2 copies of really awesome cards as well. This is Venom's Pistols. Hero Interrupt, it's a 1-cost event. Venom's Pistols. When you use one of Venom's basic powers, exhaust Venom's Pistols, Venom gets +1 to that power for that use. So if you thwart Hero Interrupt, when you use one of Venom's basic powers, exhaust Venom Pistols, he'll get 1 for that, or 1 for attacks, or even if you defend, you'll get a bonus there. So really good cards. I like this. And plus with multi-gun, you can do a lot of damage. So you can do 2, 3, 4, and then multi-gun will do another 2 damage. So 6 damage in total there. Or you can do remove 2 threat from a scheme for 1, and then the pistols, and then multi, what's it called, that one card here, locked and loaded? No, run and gun, unexhaust everything, do everything all over again. And if you have sidearm, which is, you can add 1 more restricted card, you can have 4 weapons there, but we're only going over and talking about Venom's hero kit cards here and how they interact and what they do. So I do like these cards here. I think Venom is very balanced in a lot of things that he does. And let me know in the comments if you agree. As you can see, he's got 2 thwart, 2 attack, and 2 defense cards. He's got his weapons here. I'll put those over here. And you know what? I think I can get away with doing actually this, right? We can put this here, because I never utilize all this screen. Because I never know where I'm putting my cards, but now I kind of have like a mental thing where I'm like, okay, I have more room, and I'm gonna use all the room. Then we have the run and guns. We got Venom is what we are doing here. We'll put him like right there, and locked and loaded. Actually, we'll put him down here. But here you go. So this is his hero specific cards here, and I think he's very balanced. I think he's very versatile. I think he's got the ability to do a lot of board control, survivability. You know where I'm going here. The only lackluster is his alter ego. He's got a setup, and he's got no real reason to ever go into alter ego. If you go into alter ego, yeah, you can handle his well, he's got 1 thwart, so not necessarily, right? You got to take that into consideration. And Project Rebirth is good to draw that 1 card, but is that 1 card really worth the villain scheming? Especially in certain villain scenarios like Rhino, where it's very, very easy to scheme out. I feel like I've only been playing Rhino on camera, and I've gotten really good at playing Rhino. Because of so many times that I've played him, it's so easy to scheme out, and most of the times that I do lose to Rhino is because I scheme out. And I take that risk, that gamble of flipping down and be like, all right, I'm just gonna flip down this one time and just, sorry. But Venom is very, very good. I really like these readies, and this ready here pretty much allows him to do so much, especially once you're fully set up. So that's a question, right? Here we go. Rating. The East to set up. He needs his weapons to really do pretty much everything that he does really good, right? You can go ahead and search, wrong word. You can go ahead and use your setup, discard cards to grab the first topmost weapon. You have to discard the multi-gun to get the multi-gun during setup. If you don't hit it, sorry, you're going to get one of the pistols. So you have a 1 out of 3 chance, and that's only saying you're not adding other weapons to Venom, which if you're not, I mean, you can build your deck however. I think you can, how I would use this is I would load them up with all kinds of weapons, but not restricted weapons, because you can only have 3 restricted weapons, but I throw in sidearm and then have another restricted weapon, and I'd only lock in all 4 once I'm done using all the other ones and I'm in a good situation and like, we're okay. I'm gonna do this main thing with these cards and just that. You know what I'm saying? So like if I put Godslayer in here, I'm just doing Godslayer stuff with adding attack and then multi-gun doing all the other stuff. But if you put like plasma pistols, or if you want to confuse with what's that card? Sonic rifle. We also just got a card released in the newer sets. I think it was Silk, if I'm not mistaken. Stun gun. So that's a weapon tech that you could put into protection now. So you can make him and build him in protection and take advantage of that as well. I don't believe it's it's not restricted, but it's stun gun. Pretty cool card. So that's an option as well now. But like I'm saying, he can do a lot of things. So he's very, very versatile. I think his board control is very present as well with his multi-gun and his Venom pistols. Ease to set up. I'm gonna say this is a very, very tough one because without his weapons, these 3 cards are pretty much not good, right? He does have 1 card to search for them. And then he's got event cards. See, this is the part where the rating and reviewing gets a little difficult because Venom can do so much. So automatically, versatility, yes. Thumbs down on, what's the word? Thumbs down on alter ego. His board control is good, so that's a thumbs up. Survivability, he's got a pretty good hit points of 12, hand size of 6. He can heal really good with 4 recovery. That's a big recovery. Then he's got, Project Rebirth that he can heal for an extra 3. So that's 7 in total of healing, but you do have to go to alter ego. But survivability is good there. Versatility is good there. Board control, I think, is pretty decent because he's got a lot of things that he can do. He can deal with threat, right? If he needs to defend, he can defend, which is part of the survivability. And then if he needs to attack, he can attack. And if he needs to do a lot of damage to minions or even just like overkill, he can do the overkill with the savage attack. And then he's got your Venom's pistol where he can attack and get that extra 1 to the certain power where he needs to do it. So if he needs to thwart a side scheme, you can add some extra there. Multi-gun to do just a bunch of stuff. So I'm definitely gonna, versatility and board control are always kind of like, okay, they're kind of the same thing, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? He can do so much even without his weapons, but he kind of needs the weapons to do so much. Make sense? So I'm not gonna give him ease to set up because of the alter ego, and the alter ego is just a setup there. I'm kind of going in a circle here. I don't know. Okay. Versatility, board control, survivability. Thumbs up for sure. Let me know in the comments if you agree with those ratings there. And thumbs down for alter ego and ease to set up. Because, like I said, if you don't have your weapons, it kind of makes it difficult for you to really shine. I do like his resource here. You take a damage, you generate a resource, so you're always just generating a bunch of resource. Each turn you can at least generate 1 resource, 1 wild resource, which is pretty crazy. And he's got a way to heal up. Here also, when the villain initiates an attack against you, you could draw 1, which is part of the setup and the upgrades here. So he's got more draw power, which is really cool. And this is not once per turn. This is whenever the villain attacks you. So there's cards to make the villain attack you. So if you can build a deck around that where you just abuse Spider Sense, go for it. Bring it on. I think it's called bait and switch. Villain attacks you instead of thwarting. So that's a protection card if you want to do that. But for the rate and review, we are going to give Venom here. For the official Wolf's Den rate and review ratings, Venom is going to receive a 3 out of 5 rate and review. I'm going to give him board control, versatility, and survivability, and down down thumb votes is going to be alter ego and ease to set up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if you agree. This is only going over what we reviewed here, and those ratings are just based off his hero kit cards here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. This guy's one of my favorite decks to play. It's one of my first decks, hero packs that I bought when I got into Marvel Champions. Mainly because he could just do so much, and I love his versatility. Like, it's insane. He can do so much versatility. If you want to attack, you can build around it. You could also have those secondary effects like confuse and stun and overkill. I really love that. And you can boost up his stats with the Venom's pistols depending on what you do. So you could even go and thwart one, and then next turn you could save one pistol, so when you unexhaust, so the next phase, in the villain's phase, you can exhaust to defend and then put an extra defense there if you really wanted to. They're all options. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of these rate and review. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? What are your ratings on him, and what are your thoughts there? But that is the official rating there, and YouTube thinks you're gonna like this video right here. And for more Marvel Champions rate and review, go ahead and click right here. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.